go live with a video from the beautiful fairy Elaine Silver. So in just a minute I'm going to get a video set up for you guys for Center for Spiritual Living, so welcome this morning. There's going to be actually two videos because the video was long enough where I had to split it up, so just bear with me if there is just a little bit of space in between video 1 and video 2. But I'm really excited for this. I got to do a little preview of the video for Elaine just to make sure we had it all set and ready to go. So I know you're absolutely going to enjoy this. I absolutely, really loved it myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing it again with all of you. And here we go. It is 10:30 now, so I'm going to get started with it. Hello, Jean. All right, here we go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from Eastern Daylight Time in Morristown, New Jersey, and greetings and blessings from Sarasota, Florida, where I am recording this program and gleefully filling in for Dr. Frankie Timmers. She is away this weekend for her birthday, and I know everyone here on Facebook Live and YouTube is wishing Frankie a wonderful birthday, 2021. My name is Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver. I am a trans-denominational minister, a licensed Science of Mind practitioner, and ordained divinity priestess with a music ministry. I first began my Science of Mind spiritual path in 1993, right here in Morristown. Reverend Frankie was my first teacher of New Thought philosophy, and it feels really good to have come full circle again here in my original home church and spiritual center. I love New Jersey, and I love my Center for Spiritual Living Morristown family. I love New Jersey. We are going to be doing things a bit differently this morning, since this is being pre-recorded and I am presenting all of the components. We are going to be standing in the possibility of holding the high watch, which is knowing the highest and the best in every situation. We are going to be holding the high watch, and that's a place of being where we are vibrating with the resonance of the highest and best and knowing the truth for ourselves and or for someone else. It's a wonderful gift to know the truth for others. Holding the high watch is a term we use in Science of Mind and New Thought philosophy, which means that no matter what the circumstances, we trust and know that good comes from it because it is all God. Sometimes it just takes a bit of time or a slight adjustment in perspective, and sometimes it may require a complete epiphany to find the gifts. They're there. Sometimes I'm like, where's the gift? Where's the gift? They are there. And even if it's to focus on the gift of life itself in that moment, we teach that God, or whatever is the God of your understanding, we can call it goddess, all that is, energy, higher power, light, infinite wisdom. There are so many names for this vastness, thousands of names. And whatever we call it, it is all there is. Ernest Holmes called it the thing itself. And the teaching is that everything in the seen or physical and the unseen or metaphysical world is an extension of source energy. We are each an individualizing physical expression of the all in all. And when we consciously remember to unify with this allness, we are embodying the power of spirit. This is a very high watch kind of place to be. Remember, vibrating with the resonance of the highest and best and knowing the truth for ourselves and or for someone else. It is all good because it is all God. And I begin now with an opening treatment. Might just take a second to get comfortable in your seats. Take a breath. There is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And what is true for me is true for each one of us because we are each an individual expression of Source. And God gets to be and experience humanness uniquely through each one of us. I now affirm the high watch for each one here and soon to be in that future moment of now. The high watch is the soul of God, loving everyone and being everywhere. I'm so very happy to know this and so grateful to share this truth. And as I release my word now to the law of life, love is invoked and all is well. It is done. It is good and very good. And so it is. Blessed be. And so we are going to learn how to do a spiritual mind treatment through chanting. If you don't already know how to do a treatment, you're going to learn. And if you do know how to do a treatment, you're going to learn a new technique. Spiritual mind treatment. There are 5 steps in the spiritual mind treatment. Now, I've seen 7 steps, I've seen 6 steps, I've seen 3, I've seen 1. But the 5-step treatment is what we typically teach and present. It's the most popular type of this affirmative prayer. And this prayer work, it's here for you to contemplate and perhaps even create your own personal prayer treatments. You know, it's scientific prayer. This is a method. I like to call it prayer technology. Methods, steps. We begin with step 1. Recognition. The principle that God is all there is. This is the idea that everything that exists in the formed and formless worlds is made of spirit, source, light, energy, power. As I said earlier, there are like 1,000 or more names for this divine presence and substance. And here's your first chant in chanting the 5 steps. It goes like this. Let's try it. God is all there is. You get to do this with me. God is all there is. A few more. God is all there is. One more. God is all there is. Very good. Step 2. Unification. So if God is all there is, then everything is made of this essence, as everything is energy. And recognizing that idea brings me to the principle that I am one with God, or source, or whatever we want to call it. I am one with that, and so is everyone here. Every cell, atom, neutron, proton, electron, it's made of this divine stuff. And we can never not be unified with Source. The unification comes from our remembering this and being consciously aware of this truth of our being. This step activates what we somehow experience as a shift. Maybe you get a little bit of butterflies in your stomach, some God bumps or goosebumps. Joel Goldsmith refers to this as the click. When this happens, we have the backing of the power of the universe. Chant for this step 2 goes like this. God and I are one. Let's try it. God and I are one. 2 more times. God and I are one. God and I are one. Now we're going to put them together. Do you remember the first step? God is all there is. God and I are one. And again. God is all there is. God and I are one. One more time. God is all there is. God and I are one. All right. Moving on to step 3. Step 3 is the main body of the prayer. The reason we're praying, it's called the realization. Affirmation or declaration is what I first learned back in the early mid-90s. But now we call it realization. It is always stated in the present tense and mostly in the first person, as in, I am perfect, whole, and completely healthy. That's my go-to affirmation. Or, I live in a divine flow in all aspects of my life. Sometimes it's simple just to say, all is well. All is well, that's an affirmation. All is well with me, that's in the first person. Here I have created an affirmation that can help you be open to the one that fits your needs. And here is the chant. Think if you can think of one for yourself. This is the universal one. It goes like this. I am open to my good. Try it. I am open to my good. And again. I am open to my good. Now we're going to put them all together. God is all there is. God and I are one. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. Let's try that 2 more times. God is all there is. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. One more. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. You are doing great. We're going to move up to step 4, the gratitude step. Law of attraction teaches us that what we focus on gets bigger, whether we like it or not. So if we are holding in mind the things for which we are grateful, and I remember Reverend Frankie saying, the universe always says yes, the universe always says yes, then we begin to manifest more grateful moments and more wonderful demonstrations. Here's the chant. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Try it. I am so grateful. One more. I am so grateful. Put them together. God is all there is. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I am so grateful. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I am so grateful. All right, step 5. Such an important step. It's the release step and letting go, which has us move out of the way to allow what we want to come into manifestation. I like to add this or something better, as it can be very productive to stay open to our highest and best, that I want. And I never want to limit source. As divine beings, we can employ the faith of God, not just the faith in God, but the faith of God, by releasing and trusting that it is done. We can let go and let God, or we can let God and let go. Both are very valuable ideas. And here is the chant. I release and let it all go. 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 Now together, here we go. God is all there is. God and I are one. I am open to my good. I All right. Wonderful. Yay. So, we're going to move on to more of the program. That High Watch place. I'm going to have the High Watch song. And I have good friends, Reverend Judith Churchman and Reverend Dr. Bob. And they're a married couple. And they took over the little center in West Palm, Center for Spiritual Living of the Palm Beaches. And that's where I got my second bout of Science of Mind practitioner training. But I finally got my license after 25 years in the teaching. I got it 3 years ago. I'll drink to that. So, I remember during that time of COVID beginning, and Dr. Bob was working in the hospital in Fort Lauderdale, and COVID was happening, and I remember Reverend Judith saying, because they're a little bit older, Reverend Judith said, "Oh, it's Bob and my job to stay alive." So alive. And I think Bob may have quit the hospital, but that idea of staying alive and the High Watch, holding the High Watch isn't always where we mentally go. We can, but often we may go to a more negative place in mind, known as race consciousness. This means the human race. But that place, stay alive. It's so good to be able to share that song with you. The Holding the High Watch song. And I have deep empathy and deep compassion for anybody who was sick or lost someone to COVID. I really do. I feel it deeply. And I remember towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year, so many people saying things like, "Oh, can't wait till this year is over." That kind of negative place, or "I hope this year is better than next year." And every single person that said that to me, I said to them, I get that. And I have empathy and compassion for people that are and have suffered. But when COVID hit, my life got so much better. I had this wonderful sacred pause in life, and rode my bicycle every morning. I couldn't go to the YMCA, couldn't do my Pilates reformer classes because everything was closed. So I had ridden my bicycle maybe 5 times in the last 20 years. And my husband got the bike out and we got the tires. I think we put new tires on it and got it going. And what a fabulous gift, because I ride pretty much every morning for about an hour, and I'm alone and I'm in that flow and I'm saying hello to people all during COVID. When people were starting to wear masks, I never wore a mask when I was on my bike, and so I was seen and I was saying good morning, because be in the morning usually sometime between 7 and 9, sometimes even earlier, sometimes a little later, depending on how sunny it is. It gets real hot here around 9 a.m. So I was seen, I was heard, and really high place, and so much creativity came through and is still coming through during the time of the great pause. So holding the High Watch, as I said earlier, that place of knowing the highest and best for ourselves and for others. So it goes like this. I watch with the eyes of God, seeing everything and being everywhere. I'm feeling God. It's so good to be alive. The High Watch is the mind of God, knowing everything, and the High Watch is the soul good to be alive. How fun. How fun. So I'm going to move on to another idea around holding the high watch and making lemonade out of lemons. So one day I was on my bicycle one morning, and we have a levee here in Sarasota, and there's not usually much traffic on the levee. Excuse me just a minute. And so I rode up on the levee, and way down I saw some people coming towards me, and I picked up a negative vibe. I don't know what, but race consciousness, whatever this was. And I watched myself think, if I get mugged, they'll get my iPhone and about $20. And I'm like, whoa, I thought that? So that's that race consciousness. But what I did was, I'm sort of going cancel, or, just wanting to move off of that thought and move back into trust. And so when I got closer to them, I saw that it was a couple, two people anyway, a man and a woman, and she was walking a few steps behind him. And so I think they might have been arguing in hindsight. And so, of course, I'm like, good morning, and nothing. And so I got a little bit farther, and my feelings got a little bit hurt. And so then reflexively I said, what am I, invisible? Now, I don't know if they heard me or not. Doesn't matter. But what ended up happening was, right when I said that, I started to sing this song, and I call it An Invisible Woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. And I got superpowers. And you can sing it with me. You can sing, she's an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. I'm an invisible woman. And I got superpowers. My power is my consciousness. My power is my happiness. My power is my gratefulness. My power is my gracefulness. My power is my mindfulness. My power is my joyfulness. My power is my peacefulness, flowing in and out of bliss. Sacred flow. I know how to shift and grow, and I'm an empowered woman. Life is full of challenges. Life is a game that can be played, turning lemons to lemonade. I'm an empowered woman. Power is at our command. I'm an empowered woman. My power is my consciousness. My power is my Invisible Woman. I really like that song. I love all my songs, but these came out of COVID. So one of the things that I've been doing a couple of times a month is I provide special music for Unity of Sarasota for their Wednesday night. They have they call it inspiration, music and inspiration. They put the music first, and I do it typically with Reverend Susie Shadle, and she plays flute with me. So I get there early and we rehearse. So this one Wednesday, and what they do is they have their magazine, the Daily Word, and they take whatever the Daily Word is that day, and there's a little talk around it. And I do my best to come up with music that has something to do with the Daily Word and what the talk says. So this one day, the Daily Word was the word breakthrough. And I know that through my work with Landmark Education and the S training back in the 70s, best thing I ever did as a young woman, I learned that we all have breakthroughs, but typically, you might have a epiphany and have a big breakthrough, but most of the time we have a breakdown first. So that's what came at it. And some of you know that I used to be married to an oldies DJ. So this is kind of like an oldies, new thought, philosophy song. All those songs from the 50s have these chords. Here comes breakthrough. There was a breakdown in my expectations with a face frown. I was feeling desperation, looking for that shiny pearl. And then I found my inner world, inside and through and through. As I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view. There was a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There was a breakdown. Everything went wrong, and with a face frown, I began to write this song. Looking for that shiny pearl, and then I found my inner world, deep inside and through and through. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view. There was a breakthrough, a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There's some confusion, this seeming limitation. It's just an illusion, the sense of separation. We're always changing and growing into more. Life's a rearranging metaphor. Guess what? It took a shakedown to bring me back to me. This latest breakdown has really set me free, 'cause I found my inner world. I'm a radiating shiny pearl, deep inside and through and through. Excuse me. There is a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view. I I need a sip of my tea. And maybe a cough drop. And I have a few more things to share with you. Sometime last fall, the idea of empathy made it into the headlines. I mean, it's always a good idea to have empathy. And I have empathy for myself right now. Gotta just take a tiny little water break. A breakdown and a breakthrough. So, knowing about empathy and seeing it so much in the news, I think it was late last summer, this song came out and it goes like this. It's called Feel Into the Heart. If you want to put your hand on your heart, that will help me. Have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity, when we feel into the heart. Now is the time for the changes to be made, right from wherever we are. What we hold in mind brings about in kind, when we feel into the sacred heart. Have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity, when we feel into the heart. The heart knows the way, it's the truth and the light. It's our guiding star deep within. The mind tells us what, the heart gives us why. No better time than now to begin to have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity, when we feel into the heart. When we feel into the heart, when we feel into the sacred heart. And so it is. Feel into the heart. So I have a ladies group that I meet with, usually it's every Tuesday, pretty much every Tuesday, on Zoom. And it's when I lived in West Palm Beach for those 4 years. Perfect divine timing for starting classes in Science of Mind and getting my practitioner's license a week before we moved back to Sarasota. We moved there for my husband's job. It was really nice. I had a nice life over there, but Sarasota is my home, and New Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl. Jersey tomato, right? So there's Reverend Sandy Marchman. And, she even had her own Science Mind church years ago, I think in Lake Worth, right near West Palm. And sometimes she's on our calls, and what she says, she goes, well, gratitude invokes the law of increase. She actually sounds like that. And I thought, wow, yes, it does. And I never heard it expressed exactly like that, so I'm writing it down. And then, of course, the Daily Word is happening, and I'm going to be doing music for a Wednesday night at Unity here in Sarasota. And the Daily Word was enthusiasm. So I took that expression, gratitude invokes the law of increase, and came up with this song. It's called Lifted and Feeling Free. And when I was singing this song and writing this song on my bicycle, and sometimes I'll stop and I'll talk into my cell phone and I'll sing into it, and that happened a lot on this one. It's a pretty simple, it's like a little country song. You're gonna kind of imagine the fiddles going in this one. It goes ba 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 da 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 da. Gratitude brings me inner peace. Knowing this truth enthusiastically, I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Joy invokes the law of increase. Focus on the good intent and then release. I am lifted and I'm feeling free. Loving my life enthusiastically. Love invokes the law of increase. Loving myself brings me inner peace. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Hear that fiddle? Willingness invokes the law of increase. Focus on the good intent and then release. I am lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm living my life enthusiastically. Gratitude invokes the law of increase. Gratitude brings me inner peace. And knowing this truth enthusiastically, I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. And knowing this truth enthusiastically, I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. And knowing this truth enthusiastically, I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. You can sing that part. Lifted and I'm feeling free. Come on. Lifted and I'm feeling free. Lifted and I'm feeling free. Lifted and I'm feeling free. One more time. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. All right, there's my little country song. Almost through. So one of the things that I do here in Sarasota, I'm a sunrise girl and a sunset girl, and I go to Siesta Key, to the beach. Best place to watch sunset. It's also a good place to watch the sunrise. So, you know, Siesta Key, Sarasota is right on the Gulf of Mexico. So you can just watch the Gulf of Mexico, see beautiful sunsets, famous for sunsets. But if you get there early in the morning and you know which houses and buildings to look in between, you can experience a sunrise on Siesta Key. You have the Gulf of Mexico to your back. And it's wonderful. And so I went with my husband and my girlfriend, and you know, it's like church. The sunrise doesn't wait. And so they're kind of dilly-dallying, and I'm like, I just left them behind, and I'm walking and looking for those two buildings so I can see that sunrise. And in my head, I'm singing to myself, here comes the sun, you know, George Harrison, here comes the sun. And all of a sudden, it dawned on me that the sun doesn't come to us. We go to it via planet Earth. So I started to write this little song. It's called Moving into the Sunrise and Moving into the Spirit. And here we go. I'm moving into the sunrise. The earth is bringing me there. We're moving into the sunrise. It lights up everywhere, 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 everywhere. I'm moving into the sunrise. The earth Yay! Yay, yay, yay. So, we're going to close with a treatment, but we're going to do a musical spiritual mind treatment. And this is one of the most famous treatments by Dr. Ernest Holmes. I think I started the program with a little bit of it. And I call this As I Allow. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Reverend Frankie. And oh, that's right. Whoops, it's down here. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now as I allow. I am God's gift, and you are too. Our spirits live into this truth as we open to receive. It is done as we believe. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now as I allow. When I feel lost, can't find my way, I remember truth as I begin to pray, for I have the power within me now to express my God as I allow. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now as I allow. A beautiful life, my heart so full, thanksgiving flows, I'm in the throes of gratitude and loving peace. It moves and grows as I release. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now as I allow, as I allow, as I allow, as I allow, as I allow. There is one life, that life is God, that life is perfect, that life is my life now, and what is so for me is so for you and each one here. I'm so grateful to know this truth, this love, this light, this beauty, this source that flows through, to, by means of, and as each one. So grateful, so grateful. I let it go, I let God do its work, and so it is. So I have a closing song, and it's called All Is Well. All is well, all is well, all is well continually. All is well, all is well, all is well. For you and me. That's the chorus. All is well. All is well. All is well. Continually. All is well. All is well. All is well for you and me. Right. I'm in the flow of love. I'm in the flow of life. In a boat of gratitude. On a river of healing light. All is well. All is well. All is well. Continually. All is well. All is well. All is well for you and me. I surrender to what is as I trust in the flow. I affirm my gratitude as I release and I let go. Yeah, come on. All is well. All is well. All is well. Continually. All is well. All is well. All is well for you and me. All is well. All is well. All is well. Continually. All is well. All is well. All is well for you and me. For you and me. For you and me. Continually. Thank you so much, Center for Spiritual Living, Morristown. And remember, if you want more of me, just say to your devices something like, "Hey Alexa, play Elaine Silver." Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you. Can't wait to see people in person. Namaste. And so it is.
Wow, well, that was absolutely beautiful. I hope everybody enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and goodbye to my Center for Spiritual Living family and everybody else out there that might be watching. Can't wait for the workshop later. Elaine Silver's workshop, Beetleology, is going to be from 12 to 1:30 today, and on our Facebook page is the Breeze link to be able to sign up. I don't know if sign up is still available, but if so, I absolutely encourage you to do so because I know I'm going to be there. I'm really excited for it. So namaste, as Elaine said. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care.